5:59. There you go.
I would like to call to order the Board of Education meeting for Tuesday, June 2022. Are there any speakers related to closed session topics?
There are no speakers.
Being none, the board will convene closed session.
Was it when you traveled from last week?
and report out from closed session. Live streaming on YouTube will begin now for the open session of the Board of Education meeting. The URL for YouTube live streaming may be found on the NHUSD Board of Education webpage. If you are joining via the Zoom webinar and would like to provide public comment for this meeting, you may do so by utilizing the raise your hand option in Zoom. Or if you're calling in by phone, you would press *9 and wait to be called on. Community members may via email at publiccomment@nhusd.k12.ca.us. There were no comments provided for tonight's meeting via the public comment email. I would like to remind the public that we will not be responding to questions posed by those making public comments. Relative to closed session item 3.2, there was no action taken by the board. Relative to item 3.1, the board in closed session by unanimous vote approved Kenyatta Abrigado as principal at Alvarado Elementary School, and by unanimous vote approved Kevin Packham as principal at Easton Elementary School. Congratulations, and now I'll hand this over to Vice President Gonzalez.
All right, if we can rise for the pledge of allegiance. Right hand over your heart. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God.
All right, next is the Amended calendar. Okay, we want to open up this meeting by acknowledging the respect and love that the land we are on today is the traditional ancestral of the Ohlone Choctaw First People. We recognize and thank the Ohlone people as the original stewards of this land. Indigenous people must not be spoken about in the past context as if they left on their own accord when the real causes were white supremacy, manifest destiny, and U.S. colonization. By recognizing we stand on occupied indigenous territory of the Ohlone people, we recommit ourselves to listen to Native leadership and stand in solidarity with people struggling against systems of oppression throughout the world, past and present.
Point of order.
Yeah.
Did we skip 5.2 and 5.3?
Call please.
Canlis.
Here.
Ishihira.
Aye.
Chima.
Here.
Gonzalez.
Here.
Sweatmiller.
Here. All right. I have a motion and a second to approve tonight's agenda. Roll call. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishihira.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Sweatmiller.
Aye. And section 6, item 6.1, we already did the land acknowledgement, which is 5.4. So are there any blue bars or topics that are not on the agenda? Via Zoom that wish to address the board on topics which are not on the agenda, you can use the raise your hand function or hit *9. We'll call on everyone one at a time and we'll unmute you when it's your turn to speak. Please keep your comments to 2 minutes. Speakers that go over 2 minutes will be muted. Are there any speakers for topics not on the agenda?
There are no speakers.
All right. Section 7.1, we should be hearing of visitors on topics which are on the agenda. Are there any blue cards for topics on the agenda? And if there are any speakers via Zoom that wish to address the board for topics on the agenda, again, please raise your hand or hit *9 if you have any speakers on Zoom.
There are no speakers.
All right, moving forward, we're on section 8, item 8.1, which is the local performance indicator self-reflection with Mr. Mattis.
Thank you. Good evening, President Mallory, members of the board, Thompson. My name is Sean Mattos. I'm the Director of Digital Services, and I'm going to be giving you a brief update on the local indicators. The state of California is appropriately interested in ensuring that its schools are making progress towards creating a productive, positive, and equitable learning environment for all students. To that end, the state reviews indicators of school and district performance. The state is able to directly collect information on a number of indicators such as attendance, discipline, and graduation rate. However, for some indicators, it is necessary for school districts to assess themselves and share that information with the state and the community. These local indicators apply to the district as a whole and not necessarily individual schools. School districts are required to review their progress on these measures every year, share these results with this self-evaluation at a board meeting, which we're doing tonight, and upload those results into the state dashboard website, where they'll be included in the overall report card for the school district. The first of these local indicators is basic conditions, which includes staffing, instructional materials, and conditions of our facilities. We have met these requirements. The CDE is going to review our staffing information. We'll populate this part of the local indicators on our dashboards. In regards to our instructional materials, we have found no instructional materials deficiencies. We've had no Williams complaints in that regard. And then the last piece has to do with facilities, and all of our facilities meet that good repair standard. Next priority is the implementation of state academic standards, and this indicator measures how well districts are ensuring that staff are implementing state-adopted content standards into their instruction. There are still areas that we need to work on. We have met this indicator. As you can see from the identified strengths and areas of focus, English language arts and math instruction continue to be a strength. We're in the process of implementing our NGSS, or Next Generation Science Standards, and we will soon be focusing our attention on history and social studies. For the third indicator, which is parental involvement and family engagement, we've been working to improve both of these for years, and we have met this indicator. This indicator asks the districts to reflect on how they build relationships with their community, how they build partnerships for student outcomes, and how they seek input for decision-making. In regards to our strengths in this indicator, we are pleased with the work of our FSAs, our communication improvements, our parent groups, and our translation efforts. We continue to work on engaging underrepresented families and communities. Next is the school climate indicator. And we have gleaned from our family, staff, and student surveys information that demonstrates that we have met the school climate indicator. Through our survey, we have found that in general, our students feel safe at school, have a sense of connectedness with at least one adult on campus. Some areas of focus that we've brought to light through the survey relate to students feeling comfortable sharing in class and wanting to come to school regularly. The last of the local indicators is access to a broad course of study, which references students having unrestricted access to courses, and we've met this indicator. District has done much to ensure that students do not face unnecessary obstacles to taking a rigorous and varied course of study. An area of focus that has emerged in our self-reflection is that the makeup of some of our more advanced courses is not representative of our overall student population. At the high school level, efforts have been and will continue to be made to recruit underrepresented students into courses that will prepare them for these advanced classes. There you go. Read the rest there. And thank you. The full report of the local indicators is in board agenda.
Questions from the board, comments? Member Campbell?
I just want to thank you for doing such a brief presentation. You did a great job in getting all that done. And you're right, we want to read in detail, it's right here. But thank you for making that really brief and get everything in that short. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you so much for the book. I was just looking at the local performance indicators of self-reflection, and I saw a little bit of abnormalities, so I would like to self-evaluation the next cycle.
And can you repeat that last part?
I would like to have, there was, like, for example, there was one mismatch for the teacher assignment. It's only one teacher out of 0.18%. But I would like to see the perfect score on that. Self-reflection.
Sure, and when I was reviewing this last week, I saw that there was one and there should be zero, because as I shared, the state is going to, they're gonna look through CalPADS and other measures. They're gonna check our missed assignments, and I thought I had updated that and given an updated PDF, but you're right, it is zero. So that's where we are until the state finds otherwise.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful.
Very much, Mr. Mellis.
Thank
We will be moving on to section 9, which is just, item is 9.1, disposal of surplus and obsolete items for fiscal year 2021, 2022. Ms. Sullivan.
It's just there for, there's not a presentation, it's just,
There's
these are
no-
just information for both 9.1 and 9.2.
Okay, well, now we'll go to 9.2, school facility conditions evaluation and facility inspection tool report for 2021, 2020. Or have questions or comments regarding item 9.2. All right, we'll move on, which is items from the board and superintendent. Since our student member is not here, would you like to go first, Dr. Thompson?
Sure, just a couple brief updates. Summer school is fully in session and that's going well. You want to see a nice little summary. This was a challenging year, and if you want to see some of how it impacted our students in a very positive way, go to our Facebook page and look at the montage that was put together by the Digital Services Department, and Victor, you did a great job, so you can check that out. And other than that, I hope it's our last board meeting of the 21-22 school year, so you all have a great summer break after this.
Thank you. Would any of the board members like to volunteer to go first?
All right, I was trying to be not first, but okay. I want to tell a short story. In 2018-19, Trustee Nishiara and I had a vision about having a centralized district communication system that could be accessed by everyone out there. Because he had brought it to our attention that we have all this communication, but they're not connected, they're all working in isolation. So when we interviewed for a new superintendent, we were partners, and we made sure that whoever we're interviewing gets a good information about our vision to see something happening here in the district regarding how we can take all the wonderful things happening. So with that said, I'm so excited that this vision has come to the fruit. So thank you to Dr. Thompson for acting upon on this vision, and the advocacy committee, communication committee, and of course the implementation of this vision. And to today, as Dr. Thompson mentioned, we have this wonderful things that have happened in our district during 21-22. How many of you have seen it, the Facebook posting? Oh, you have to see it, because it shows all the things that have happened in this district in spite of all the challenges we had. These were happening. So I was so excited. So thank you, of course, for having that vision. Because if you remember, I was the only one taking pictures for a long time and posting them. And so thank you for that vision. Thank you for the implementation. Thank you to the committee. And thank you, of course, to the digital services and Victor for all the wonderful postings on a regular basis. I know exactly what's going on in our district, not only in one school, but in all the schools in the district. And we share that not only with our community, but also with the Alameda County School Board Association website. So people know what we're doing now. Thank you for that. I'd also like to thank the governor, the legislators, and all of the people who campaigned, called the legislators, worked with the legislators, and advocating for additional funding for our schools. And because of that, we are all reaping all the good things that are going to be happening, hopefully the next 3 years after that May revise, which include that wonderful 7% for next year. So thank you for that. And again, we cannot undervalue the importance of keeping connected with just legislators, because they need to know what's happening down here. They're up there, they don't know. So we need to let them know. And this is one of those things that we have been working for. It's only now after COVID that we actually heard same issues that we have been asking the last few years. Let's see, I think I have one more thing here. I just want to again repeat that it has been a challenging 2.5 years, but because everybody worked together, I think we are going to be okay, at least for sure financially for the next 3 years. So with that, everybody should be giving themselves a pat on the back for a job well done. Have a restful summer. You deserve it. Students, parents, community, and of course, the wonderful staff we have here in Cayman. We, as our president always say, we are the best. Thank you. Have a nice summer.
Thank you. Trustee Nishihiro, you want to go next?
Yeah, so thank you very much for that great self-reflection. I think it's really good from time to time to just kind of pause, look at where we were, look at where we are. So thank you for doing that. Other than that, I don't have anything substantive to add, but other than that, I just wish everybody a restful summer, and maybe come back in the fall. That's me.
Okay, Trustee Chima.
Hello. I am also so glad to be ending this school year with a positive note with our staff, and as overall situation for our schools. We were just reflecting before we started this meeting that we got elected in 2010, we had to cut so many programs at the time that I felt like, oh my God, I did not run for the school board for these things to happen. So it was very, very difficult time at the time. And then I'm going to, finally, I think this is the time I am enjoying being on the board. So we have accomplished many things, many ups and downs, but I am very proud of our accomplishments of the students, of the staff, and overall of the state. And also, I look forward to keep moving forward and keep improving the lives of our students, number one, and then our families and our staff, and overall keep our New School District shining in the area or even higher up. So with that, I was looking at the item number 9.2 school facilities conditions. Fit to, I know Ms. Halman has presented this to us even before, and I am glad to see the report that our facilities, they are in the 100% ratings. There are some 100%, but they are still more than 90% or 95%. Out of our good facilities, and also I would like to remind our staff and ourselves that we need to give access to our community members to use our facilities, because they have passed the bond in 2014 for $125 million, and then they should be able to enjoy our facilities as well. So with that, I would like to say, have a restful summer to our staff and families, and we have one more event coming up, which will be the admission of our summer school last part. So I look forward to participating in that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And trustee Gonzalez?
Yes, I don't have really anything significant to add, other than to have a well-deserved restful summer and go Warriors. And yeah, we didn't have, Warriors were not nowhere near what they were, and we didn't have a team. We always had to look to the east or south, just we'd go to Warriors games only to watch the other team play the favorites, but this new generation, fortunate they have that benefit of seeing local heroes right there, and coming out of the day or some of the pride given. But Logan was rated one of the top 5 places for pickup games in the East Bay, so that's a great thing. So you be driving by, Alvarado Niles, you'll see Logan, some great pickup games. So the next Curry coming out of there, who knows? But just want to close it on, Go Warriors is a great thing for our students. Now they're wearing Warriors gear, and including myself. So just have a great summer.
For me, I would just like to echo everything that Raquel said. Thank you for going first and giving all your eloquent words about all the things that we've accomplished this year. It's been a very challenging time for everyone. Definitely not an easy time to become a new school board member. But we work together as well as a team with the staff and with each other, and our teachers and our staff have gone above and beyond to get through these trying times. And on top of that, we've accomplished an impressive amount of progress in our district, even on top of just surviving through COVID. So I think we've had a really good year. I hope everyone's enjoying their summer. So today is solstice, so happy solstice, first day of summer. And it's a nice hot day too. And also I'd like to wish everybody out there that this applies to happy Pride Festival is this weekend in San Francisco. So it's always around this time because the Stonewall Rising or Rebellion, however you want to call it, was on June 28th, 1969. So this year we're celebrating the 51st anniversary of the Stonewall Uprising, which was part of the beginning of the civil rights movement for the LGBT community. So be out there celebrating, please be safe and smart. Maybe I'll see you there. And other than that, I really don't have much more to say. So moving on. 2. Section 10, committee reports. 10.1, a report for the Budget and Finance Committee.
There's nothing to report.
Nothing to report. 10.2, we have our meeting scheduled for August 11th.
Yep. We haven't had a meeting since, so there's nothing to report.
Yeah, there's nothing to report. The policy review meeting is, our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, August 30th. I don't believe we've met last meeting, so there's nothing to report. Are there any other community?
We had SALPA committee meeting. Council, do you remember anything to report from that meeting?
It was just the annual meeting where we adopt a lot of the budget information and go through a variety of different things to do, but routine, nothing spectacular.
And thank you to you and staff. We have extensive report in that meeting. Thank you. So other than from Mission Valley ROP, we had our last meeting, settled the contract with our staff and employees over there as well. So that's a good news. And we look forward to a new school year. Thank you.
The school foundation? All right.
I would like to ask that we were in the process of having a joint meeting with the city, and so are we next year or anything in the future?
We don't have any dates on the book, but we should probably look for a date in August or September. So we'll try to get something on the books for that.
September,
There's
maybe
good-
September.
Yeah, September probably. There's been good progress continuing to be made on the agreements, and hopefully by September we'll have something very positive to report. But we'll look for a date in September.
Thank you.
Very much. So moving on to 11, with action items. 11.1, may I have a motion and a second to approve the interagency agreement between New Haven USD, Alameda County Office of Education, and Alameda County Social Services Agency, Department of Children and Family Services for 2022-2023.
So moved.
Second.
All right, is there any discussion?
I was just wondering if staff can update us, because this is the first time we are having this, and then there is no amount for the physical impact. I know it's coming from the IT1 funds, but if staff can give us a little bit of overview of this item.
This is just simply an agreement that we're going to work together to determine who pays what if this becomes an issue. So there's no way to calculate what cost might come, just that we're agreeing to work together. That's all this is.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
Any more questions? Well, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishimura.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye. Item 11.2, may I second to adopt Twig Science Next Generation Science Standards instructional material for K-5.
So
Second.
All right, any discussion? Roll call.
This is is this the first time we are using this? Because it's almost $1 million.
We haven't updated our science curriculum in a decade, and it's horribly deficient. We had a public hearing on this 2 meetings ago, or last meeting, remember? So we have to do this.
I see. Thank you.
can I add we should be doing it every 7 years. And like Dr. Swan said, we haven't done it over. Next focus on the dashboard, if you remember from Mr. Miles' presentation. And I'm excited that we're getting new science adoption, because our kids are learning about things that are probably no longer functioning.
All right. If there's no more discussion, roll call, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishimura.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye. Moving on to item 11.3, may I have a motion and second to adopt the proposed budget for the 2022-2023 school year and resolution number 081-2122, designating portions of general fund ending balance as committed fund balance.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishimura.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye. We're now on item 11.4. May I have a motion and a second to adopt the 2022-2023 local control accountability plan with all components?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishimura.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye. Moving 11.5. May I have a motion and a second to approve the public disclosure of the collective bargaining agreements and certification of the district's ability to meet the costs of agreements with NHTA, CSEA, and with management and unrepresented. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Canlis.
Aye.
Ishimura.
Aye.
Chima.
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schwartz.
Aye. Item 11.6. May I have a motion and second to approve the tentative agreement between the district and the New Haven Teachers Association?
So moved.
Second.
I just want to say I'm very happy with the positive attitude and the positive relationship with our Teachers Association during this year's bargaining.
Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. Okay, item 11.7, may I have a motion and second to approve the tentative agreement between the district and the California School Employees Association?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Candace.
Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. Item 11. Motion and a second to approve the agreement for a salary schedule increase for management and unrepresented employees.
I move.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Candace.
Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. We're on item recommended amended contracts. The titles of the chief business officer, chief personnel officer, and the chief academic officer will all be changed to assistant superintendent title. Additionally, for their contributions and quality of services, it is recommended that the chief business officer, chief personnel officer, chief academic officer, and superintendent receive contract extensions so that as of July 2022 through and until June 30th, 2025, and two, the same salary increases granted by the board to other members of management and labor. Effective July 1st, 2022, and 4% effective July 1st, 2023. May I have a motion and second to approve the contract amendments for the chief business officer, the chief personnel officer, the chief academic officer, and the superintendent?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Candace.
Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. Item 11.10, may I have a motion and second to approve an increase in monthly stipends Michael Gonzalez, Lance Nishihira, and Mel Swin Mallory by 5% from $400 to $420 effective July 1st, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call, please.
Candace.
Let me think about it. Just kidding. Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. Are there any items on which trustees have questions or need clarification or would like to be pulled for separate vote? Second, to approve consent agenda items 12.1 through 12.31.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Candace.
Aye.
Ishihara,
Aye.
Chima,
Aye.
Gonzalez.
Aye.
Schweikbauer.
Aye. We're on item number, we will skip 13 since we did not remove any items. And we will go to section 14, item 14.1, assessment of governance procedures and protocols. Does anybody? Yes, number 20.
Efficient meeting tonight. And I want to add that you've done a good job since you started, so thank you.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
Oh, I wanted to add, and not forget, Mr. Gonzalez for doing his part too.
Yes, Vice President, thank you so much for stepping in the last 2 weeks. I really appreciate it. You did a good job. Okay, and then items 15.1. We have any requests of staff? I have a request that you enjoy it this summer.
Yes.
Plus, we will adjourn.
Thank you.
Yay, 35 minutes.